Hey guys, how are you all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. Also, welcome to, sadly, the very last day of LEGO Week. There's still going to be another video coming later today, so there's going to be 2 videos for the final day of LEGO Week, which is today. But I really hope you guys enjoyed LEGO Week for what I put out with the LEGO Movie series tributes and reviews and LEGO Batman 2 and whatever else I did, LEGO Week-wise. I really hope you guys loved it because I love making them. But anyway, for one of today's last final videos is about, of course, my review of the LEGO Movie 2, the second part. Now, I've been waiting, 5 years. I've been waiting 5 years for the LEGO Movie 2 to come out. Now, as we all know, the LEGO Movie 1, when that came out, no one was prepared for how amazing, how great the animation was, all the comedy, how great of an all-ages film that was. It really stuck with a lot of audiences, and of course I gave that an A+. The LEGO Batman movie came out, and it showed everyone that we can make a good comedy about Batman and LEGO, and again, be an all-ages awesome movie. And then, of course, the LEGO Ninjago movie came out, and for most people with common sense, and people who understood the movie, if you see my review for that, I kind of ranted, but it needed to be done. Everyone, for the most part, who likes Ninjago or educated themselves to see the movie, really love the LEGO Ninjago movie. I love that movie. I think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And, again, great all-ages film, tons of comedy, tons of great animation. So all 3 movies, in my opinion, are A+. If you haven't seen those reviews, check them out, and, of course, the tributes. But, yeah, coming into the LEGO Movie 2, I had very, very high expectations because, again, the first 3 are perfect to me in literally every way. I love them to death. And this movie is no different. Alright, I love the LEGO Movie 2, the second part. Now, of course, everyone's going to say the LEGO Movie is better because it's the first one, right? It's such a high-end quality movie. No one was expecting it to be that good. And, of course, Batman was great. No one liked Ninjago. I don't know why. But this one really, again, for most people, they're going to say either it was better or it's not as good. Now, me, I'm going to go on a limb and say, I know this is probably sounding corny and cheesy, but I think all 4 LEGO movies now are all tied. They all have great animation, great comedy, great plots, great morals and meanings, but this one really went above and beyond, in my opinion. Of course, now, getting right into the animation, it is, of course, the best-looking LEGO movie yet. Of course, duh, it's the newest one. Now, again, because the LEGO Movie 1 and LEGO Movie 2 take place in Finn, the live-action kid, Finn's basement, where his dad's collection is, everything is, of course, made out of LEGO bricks, for the most part. Now, of course, again, the reason why LEGO Ninjago movie had bamboo and real clouds and real water is because, of course, that took place in Japan in either Mr. Liao, the live-action Jackie Chan, or one of his members' backyard. So, when the Secret Ninja Force are walking through the forest, the bamboo to them is actually just blades of grass in the backyard. So, the reason why that isn't all bricks is because of the plot. But because of the plot for the LEGO Movie and LEGO Movie 2, it's in a basement, so everything is already built. So they're not playing outside or anything like that. But this movie actually, of course, it's the best looking. That's a no-brainer. They all look fantastic, though. But this one really, it went above and beyond in terms of a lot of, cool, like, explosions and buildings falling and Bricksburg. It just looks amazing. Of course, the comedy, perfect. If you guys like the meta humor and the Easter eggs and the references, to any of the older LEGO movies, or you just like their style of humor, the rapid, in-your-face comedy, the LEGO Movie 2 is no different. It looks great. It's such a funny movie, and again, it's a perfect all-ages film. It covers every tickled funny bone in your body you're going to get laughed at. Either it's a callback to something like Bruce Willis, or some other things I'm not going to mention, because this movie actually has a lot of spoilery things. And I'm not going to talk about any, harmful spoilers, but there really are a lot of spoilers. But, again, the comedy is just perfect, just like the first 3. It takes digs at LEGO itself and other things and other properties, just like the first 3, and it does it in a great way. So, yeah, comedy gets a 2 thumbs up for me. Also, before I continue, I have a LEGO Movie shirt on. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Yeah, well, I'm wearing it. So yeah, animation, comedy, perfect. The plot, now of course the LEGO Movie 1 left off with, of course, the Duplo aliens coming to Bricksburg and threatening to destroy the planet. And, they all huddle and they're like, oh man. Of course, this movie literally starts right where the last one left off. So the Duplo aliens are invading. Emmett kind of builds a peace treaty. He's like, no, look, we don't need to fight. See, we can be friends. And he builds a thing. So see, friends. And then the Duplo just goes, argh! And he's like, run! You know, they all flip out. And so if you were like worried that the Lego Movie 2 doesn't really have that right where it left off thing, it does, and it's perfect. Now, of course, Finn is a dude, and he's playing how a dude would, like any dude would, action and drama, and yeah, it's awesome, and that's great. But of course, then, at the end of the Lego Movie, Will Ferrell, the man upstairs, says to Finn, hey, I'm letting you play down here, your sister's gonna come down here too. And he's like, what? And then, of course, you get to see Bianca, who is his sister, so now you got Finn and Bianca. Lots of cool things, with that happen between the contrast of how Finn plays between how his sister plays. And they filmed, I was really nervous, actually, because, I didn't want the movie to be too girly or too sing-songy and too much glitter. And then I didn't want it to overshadow with the brooding and the funny and the action and not have enough of the sister part. So, in my opinion, without spoiling anything, they really nailed the whole aspect between Finn and his sister playing. It was really, really cool. But the entire plot, it's a lot deeper than that with, the Duplo invading, and you got General Mayhem, you have Queen Whatever, Wanabe, and then, of course, you have all the, all these invaders and all that. But, again, there's actually a lot of things that could be spoiled, definitely with the plot. I mean, this is definitely the Lego Movie with the most spoilery things in it. I mean, I think, if you know anything about Batman, you know how the Lego Batman movie is going to go. If you know anything about Ninjago between Lloyd and his dad and the Secret Ninja Force, you're going to know about the Lego Ninjago movie. Although Ninjago went a little different than the show, but it's generally the same thing. But Lego Movie 2 goes, in a completely different direction than what the trailers say. They make it seem like a musical and stuff. It really isn't a musical. There's only like 3 songs in it, but the songs that are in it are actually pretty catchy and pretty good. Again, you guys know I'm not a big fan of musicals. However, I did like Mary Poppins Returns and Country Bears, those things. And I like the Muppets. But the Lego Movie 2 songs, it isn't really a musical. And, there's only like 3 or 2.5 songs in there, so they were good for what they were. But yeah, I mean, again, if you like the Lego movies, you know what you're walking into. You're walking into great animation. You're walking into a great plot that can be seen through many different angles, through multiple viewings. Plenty of eye candy, whether you're looking at something in the background or you're just laughing your face off at the excellent writing that all 4 of these movies had. In Lego Movie 1 and Lego Movie 2, they're taking rips off of Lego and they're getting everything in there. Batman is funny, and it has rips from Batman. Ninjago is funny, but it has stuff from Ninjago and ninja culture and monster movies. So really, everything that these Lego movies do, they sell it perfectly, and this movie is no different. So if you guys were a little nervous about this movie because no one liked Ninjago, sadly, you guys know I stand on the Lego Ninjago movie. I love it. But this movie, I love it too. I mean, sadly, Ninjago had to do really bad, but, if you guys trust critics, I beg you not to trust critics, just trust yourself. It's doing really well, though, so if you are a person who judges things based on critic reviews, it's doing great, so go check it out either way. But yeah, I loved it, and again, I love all these 4 movies, but it was I've been waiting 5 years for this movie. Again, I love Batman, and I love Ninjago movie. They're both perfect, but to get a proper sequel to the Lego movie is something that I've been wanting for a long time, and they really nailed it. Again, great animation, great comedy, great writing, great characters. New characters were introduced. Great voice work, of course, as with all the Lego movies. Again, basically, if you like something about any of those 3, it's in this movie, and it's just as good. So, for people who are saying that the Lego movie is better, or the Lego movie 2 is better, I'm going to have to say that all 4 are just as good. And I know that sounds really cheesy and lazy, but I honestly believe in my heart that, and I know that sounds cheesy too, but all these Lego movies are brilliant for different ways. Each movie has different levels of comedy, and, new plots, and new emotional appeals, and great animation. With the bricks and with the natural elements in Ninjago and Batman. So yeah, everything in these movies is great, and especially the Lego Movie 2. This movie nails everything. Now, as far as complaints, I really don't have a whole lot. There are a few characters that were in the first Lego Movie that are not in this movie. They're in it, but then they either get punched out really quick, or they're in it in the beginning and in at the end. They're not really there for the whole ride. So that would be my only mini complaint, but I'm still going to give this movie an A+. Everything worked for me. It was so funny, had great musical numbers, excellent animation, and everything worked, and I can't wait to see it again. I saw the Lego Movie 5 times in the theaters. I saw Batman, I think, 3 times, and Ninjago 2 times. No, you know what? I saw Ninjago 3 times too. And of course, Lego Movie 2, I'm seeing it, I saw it today, so I'm going to see it again very, very soon. Of course, I'm not going to make another review, but this is my review. I love it, and I'm sure I'm going to see things in the distance like I always do. Like, I was actually watching the Lego Ninjago movie, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I actually saw something in the background in a few different shots that I didn't notice the first, 8 times. And I'm like, wow, the level of detail in this movie they're just incredible. And again, the Lego Movie 2 is no different. If you love the comedy and the animation and the plot and everything, the meta humor, it's all there in spades, and it's just as good as you remember it. And everything is still awesome about the Lego Cinematic Universe. So thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for more awesome content. One more video for Lego Week. And thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.